Ready to head back to ancient India. This time, we're diving deep into the Brahma Purana,
Ah, the Brahma Purana.
specifically the captivating story of King Sagar.
Oh, fascinating.
It's got it all. Epic battles, a king born from poison,
I love it already.
and even a stolen horse that leads to a pretty surprising encounter.
Well, the Brahma Purana is considered the first and foremost of the 18 major Puranas.
Right, like a window into ancient Indian society.
Exactly, full of myths, legends, and of course, genealogies.
Lots to unpack there, so let's start at the beginning with King Sagar's grandfather, King Bahu.
Oh, that's where things get really interesting. King Bahu, he lost his kingdom to a coalition. The Haihayas, Talajangas, and Shakas,
Quite a group.
forced into exile. It was in the forest that he died, leaving behind his pregnant wife, Yadavi.
And then she was poisoned by her co-wife.
Yeah, things take a dark turn there, but luckily a sage intervened,
Oh, good.
rescuing Yadavi from a tragic fate.
That's a relief. But what about the baby? Did the poison affect him?
It did, and this is how we get to King Sagar. Due to the poison, he was born, well, poisonous.
Really?
The name Sagar literally translates to poison,
Wow.
marked from birth. But this didn't stop him from rising to power. He learned from sages, and he received the legendary Agniastra weapon,
Agniastra, what is that? Some kind of magical sword?
a mythical weapon of fire.
Oh, fire.
Incredibly powerful and destructive, said to be bestowed upon warriors by the gods.
So with that, Sagar defeated the Haihayas and reclaimed his grandfather's lost kingdom.
That's right.
So not only was he born from poison, he also took back what was lost. Overcoming adversity sounds like a true hero.
His story is definitely one of ambition, too. He didn't just stop at reclaiming the kingdom.
What do you mean?
The Brahma Purana says he campaigned against other groups, the Shakas, Yavanas, Kambojas, Paradas, and Pallavas.
Expanding his influence.
Yes, but his conquests were not without challenges.
Like resistance from those he was fighting.
Some, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also Sage Vasishta,
Uh-huh.
a powerful and respected figure. He intervened
To stop the fighting.
to protect these groups. He set some specific conditions.
So even in the midst of military campaigns, there were figures who advocated for peace.
It's fascinating, isn't it? This
Yeah.
interplay between worldly power and spiritual authority.
Yeah, and Sagar agreed to this, but he still asserted his dominance, right?
That's right. He made them shave their heads or cut their hair, a mark of submission.
A very powerful symbol.
It is a reminder of the consequences of war
Definitely.
and the complexity of power dynamics, even in ancient times.
But it's interesting, despite these acts, he still sought guidance. He respected spiritual authority.
And this leads us to another event in his story, the Ashvamedha Yagna.
The what?
The Ashvamedha Yagna,
Okay, and what is that?
a grand horse sacrifice ritual.
Sounds intense.
It was a powerful statement of a king's sovereignty.
How so?
Well, a horse would be let loose,
Okay.
and if it entered a territory, the ruler of that land had to either submit to the king.
Or fight. So
Exactly.
it was a way to assert dominance.
You got it. To expand one's sphere of control.
Gotcha. So what happened with Sagar's horse?
It was stolen.
Stolen. But, like, just taken.
The text doesn't tell us who stole it, but this set off a chain of events that would shape the future of Sagar's lineage.
I can only imagine this stolen horse must have been pretty important.
Oh, it was. The search for the horse led Sagar's sons on a quest. A desperate quest that took them on an extraordinary journey.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
They dug deep into the earth.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
Almost like mirroring their father's ambition, pushing them to explore the unknown.
And they found it.
Well, what's remarkable is their pursuit led them to Lord Vishnu himself.
Lord Vishnu. Wow, but isn't he supposed to be up in the heavens?
Well, yes. But in this story, he appears deep underground, disguised as the sage Kapila,
I'm picturing this. This is amazing.
meditating. This encounter, however, proved fatal for most of Sagar's sons.
Oh no, did they attack him?
No, it wasn't a battle.
Okay.
They were consumed by the fiery gaze of sage Kapila, a force they couldn't withstand. A consequence of their disrespect. Or perhaps a representation of the dangers of unchecked ambition.
Wow.
Only 4 sons survived this.
Oh my goodness. So ambition leading to destruction.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. So we've got this divine encounter, a harsh lesson, the decimation of his sons. Did Sagar ever regret his actions?
That's a good question. It's one that the Brahma Purana leaves open.
But before we get too far, you mentioned that Sagar had 60,000 sons?
Ah, yes.
How is that even possible?
It seems impossible, right? Well, this is where the Brahma Purana leans into the fantastical.
All right, I'm listening.
The story goes that his two wives received boons from a sage. One wife was granted a single son, destined to continue the lineage, while the other was granted 60,000 sons born from seeds placed in pots filled with ghee.
Ghee, for those of us who don't know, what's ghee?
Ghee is clarified butter.
Oh.
Considered sacred in ancient Indian traditions, often used in ceremonies, believed to have purifying qualities.
I see.
And in this story, it's a medium for this miraculous birth.
Wow, 60,000 sons born from ghee-filled pots? That's incredible.
Isn't it? It's a blend of mythology and symbolism.
But how do you even manage that many children? It just seems like a recipe for chaos.
You're telling me it raises so many questions, but the Brahma Purana doesn't really go into the logistics of all that.
So what does it focus on then?
It seems more concerned with the symbolism, the vast army, and it's connected to the epic scope of the Ikshvaku dynasty.
The Ikshvaku dynasty.
The lineage to which King Sagar belonged.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's very significant in Hindu mythology.
What's so special about it?
Well, the Ikshvaku dynasty boasts many powerful and influential figures, including eventually Lord Rama himself.
Wow, so we're talking kings, warriors, and even deities. It's clear King Sagar played a role in this epic saga, but what about his descendants? Who came after him? Who carried on this legacy?
That's exactly where we're headed next.
Ooh, can't wait.
We're going to trace those key figures who came after King Sagar, explore their stories and their contributions to this dynasty.
I am so ready for this. We left off talking about the Ikshvaku dynasty and King Sagar's place in it, quite a lineage. Are there any descendants who particularly stand out to you?
Oh, absolutely. There are several figures worth exploring. We could start with Bhagirath.
Bhagirath.
You remember him. He's the one who brought the Ganges River to Earth.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story. Incredible devotion.
Perseverance.
It's quite a tale, but I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Could you remind us why he took on such a task?
Well, it all goes back to those 60,000 sons of Sagar who perished.
Right.
Because of sage Kapila's fiery gaze.
Okay.
Their souls were trapped, unable to find peace. Bhagirath, a descendant of those sons, he felt a deep sense of responsibility.
Wow, that's some serious dedication to family.
To liberate them.
Yeah, but how do you even go about freeing 60,000 souls trapped by a sage's curse?
That's where the story takes on that epic quality. The Brahma Purana says the only way to free them was to bring the sacred Ganges River down from heaven. The river's purifying waters, believed to cleanse the souls, release them from their torment.
That makes sense. I can only imagine how challenging that must have been, though, convincing a goddess to relocate to Earth. I mean...
You're not wrong. It was no easy feat.
Yeah.
Bhagirath had to perform intense austerities for thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
To gain Ganga's favor.
Wow.
And even then, the goddess's descent was so powerful that it threatened to destroy the Earth.
That's a major problem. What did Bhagirath do?
In desperation, he appealed to Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva, the destroyer.
For help. Shiva, with his immense power, agreed to intervene.
Oh, good.
He caught the mighty Ganga in his matted locks, cushioning her fall, preventing a catastrophic flood.
So Shiva acted as like a cosmic shock absorber, saving the Earth.
Exactly. The Ganges flowed through his hair, softening its force, and then cascaded onto Earth, eventually reaching the ashes of Sagar's sons, liberating their souls.
Wow, so Bhagiratha's determination and the intervention of the gods led to the liberation of those souls. What a story.
It's a testament to devotion, perseverance.
The importance of fulfilling one's duty.
Absolutely. And, it reminds us that even in ancient texts like the Brahma Purana, we find those universal human themes connecting us to a shared history.
To meaning-making.
Exactly.
Speaking of connections, you mentioned another descendant, Rituparna.
Yes.
And he was friends with the legendary King Nala.
That's right.
Rituparna, I'm curious to learn more about him.
Well, he's quite a fascinating figure. He was known for his expertise in divination.
Divination, that's like predicting the future, right?
The art of predicting the future.
Powerful skill to have.
The text portrays him as incredibly knowledgeable and insightful.
So what kind of insights did he offer?
Well, the Brahma Purana doesn't go into specifics, but suggests that he was a wise and trusted advisor.
I see.
Someone who could see patterns, possibilities that others might miss.
So a valuable friend to have.
Exactly, which made him a valuable friend to King Nala.
King Nala, his name comes up in so many stories. What made him so legendary?
His story is one of heroism and tragedy. He was known for his righteousness, his skill as a charioteer, and his love for his wife Damayanti.
there's always something about love stories that transcends time and culture.
Their love story is a classic tale, devotion
Perseverance.
in the face of immense hardship.
So tell me about their journey.
Well, Nala was cursed by a vengeful demigod, which led to him losing his kingdom.
Oh, no!
Everything he held dear. He and Damayanti were separated and forced to wander in exile.
So they were put through the ringer. Did they ever reunite?
They did. After years of hardship, he overcame the curse, regained his kingdom, and was reunited with Damayanti.
Aw, that's great.
A story that reminds us of the cyclical nature of fortune
Yeah,
and the importance of hope.
I like that.
But what's really interesting is how Nala's story connects to Rituparna.
Right, they were friends.
During his exile, Nala disguised himself, took on a different name, and became Rituparna's charioteer.
Oh, wow, a king serving another king.
Imagine that.
That's a twist, and Rituparna didn't recognize him.
The text suggests that he did sense Nala's hidden nobility,
Okay.
and his skills recognized him as an equal,
I see.
despite the outward differences.
That's fascinating.
During their time together, they exchanged knowledge. Nala taught Rituparna the art of charioteering,
I see.
and Rituparna shared his wisdom of divination with Nala.
Oh, wow. So even in the midst of adversity,
Mentorship and friendship can flourish.
they both had something to offer the other. What a powerful message.
It really is.
The importance of sharing knowledge.
Recognizing each other's strengths.
Yeah, and this exchange highlights a crucial theme in the Brahma Purana, the transmission of knowledge across generations.
Each character, whether a king or sage, plays a role in passing down wisdom.
Skills, traditions,
It's like weaving a tapestry.
connecting the past, present, and future
It's remarkable how these texts offer such rich insights.
into human nature, societal values.
Yes, and we've only just scratched the surface.
There's always more, isn't there?
The Brahma Purana is a vast ocean of knowledge.
So where do we go from here? What other gems are hidden in this ancient text waiting to be discovered? It's clear that the Brahma Purana is so much more than just stories about kings and battles.
Oh, it is. It
Offers us this glimpse into ancient Indian society, their values, their beliefs. What else stands out to you as we kind of wrap up our exploration?
Well, one thing that continues to intrigue me is that portrayal of relationships between kings and sages.
Yeah, we saw that with Sagar and sage Vasishta,
Right.
and then again with Bhagiratha and Shiva.
It's not just a simple power struggle.
No.
There's this complex interplay, this back and forth between worldly power and spiritual authority.
It's a lot more nuanced than I think you initially assume.
It is.
I mean, kings, despite their might and their influence, they sought guidance.
They did.
They acknowledged Dharma
They did.
and that wisdom that comes from spiritual understanding,
It's like checks and balances,
right?
making sure that even the most powerful rulers are accountable to a higher moral authority.
And the sages, in turn, they recognize the role of kings.
Right. Absolutely.
Protecting the people, upholding Dharma,
It's a relationship built on mutual respect
a shared understanding.
of their respective roles.
Makes you think about leadership,
Governance.
even way back then.
It does.
There's another detail from the Brahma Purana that I keep going back to.
What's that?
It's the fact that King Sagar had 60,000 sons.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, was it common for kings to have so many children and multiple wives?
Polygamy, it was prevalent among royalty in ancient India,
Mm-hmm.
served a variety of purposes, political alliances, making sure you had a successor.
Right, but the story of Sagar's 60,000 sons, I feel like it goes beyond historical practices.
It does. It enters the realm of myth.
Symbolism.
It really pushes the boundaries of reality.
It's almost as if the number itself, 60,000,
Yes.
is a metaphor for the overwhelming responsibilities
Challenges?
of leadership,
Right.
like magnified to an extreme degree.
It makes you wonder about the logistics.
Yeah.
Managing such a vast family, right?
I know.
The potential for chaos.
When you've got all these,
When power's dispersed among so many individuals.
it makes you question, what does lineage even mean?
Legacy.
Which son is the one that truly carries it forward?
Good question.
Is it the one that's destined for greatness, or is it this multitude that's born from a miraculous boon?
So many questions.
The Brahma Purana, I don't think it's just a collection of stories.
I agree.
It's a reflection on the human condition.
Exploring the complexities of power,
Ambition,
duty.
spirituality,
We've journeyed from King Sagar's reign
tumultuous reign,
to Bhagiratha's inspiring feats,
the profound friendship between Rituparna and King Nala,
each story giving us a unique perspective.
on leadership, devotion.
the interconnectedness of the human experience.
Absolutely.
We've only scratched the surface here.
We have.
There's so much more to discover.
Within these ancient pages.
We encourage all of you listening to delve deeper into the Brahma Purana.
Uncover your own insights.
Make your own connections.
Find those hidden gems. As we wrap up our deep dive, we want to leave you with this final thought.
Imagine for a moment that you are King Sagar,
With 60,000 sons,
faced with the daunting task of guiding them.
what challenges would you face? What opportunities would arise?
How would you navigate the complexities of lineage, of leadership, of legacy?
Let that image simmer in your mind as you explore this fascinating world of the Brahma Purana.
Until next time,
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
and keep diving deep.